4x4 Club Challenge is brought to you by Bridgestone South Africa. Welcome to round 8 of the 2013 Bridgestone 4x4 Club Challenge, hosted by the Jeep Club South Africa at the Hobby Park Adventure Complex, west of Johannesburg. It attracted one of the biggest fields of the year, despite a blustery wind that would have been quite common in Port Elizabeth. The entry list included Jeep TJs, a handful of Cherokees and Grand Cherokees, as well as a whole troop of Jeep Wranglers. The event kicked off with scrutineering, where the vehicles are checked for safety and to ensure that they conform to the rules of the competition. With the scrutineering and driver's briefing done, it was time to dirty some off-road wheels and tyres. This is Obstacle 1, and it's a tight and technical test to ease the Jeep crews into the day. This is Nalen Darasimi and Lawrence Changmyon's Jeep Wrangler Sahara. This obstacle is lined with man-made holes and those narrow gates. And it's topped off with a tight turn and a steep decline at an uncomfortable angle with 3 more gates to negotiate. So the trick is to get the momentum and line just right. Nalen and Laurent do a good job here, but a few stops along the way cost them some points. Meet Muller Kutzer and Tinus Ruas, who also entered a long wheelbase Wrangler Sahara, with the lucky number 13 on the door. The Jeep is off, but in the cabin, Muller is feeling a bit lonely.
Praat met my.
With the wind howling, the Sahara ambles through the obstacle, quite successfully. But now it's time for that last tricky bit. Navigating from the outside, Tinus decides to, well, take a closer look at the obstacle's surface. Yep, that's definitely gravel. In the end, the Jeep makes it through, albeit with quite a few points lost. Let's roll with the action then, and move on to Obstacle 2. Obstacle 2 is a bit like the parking area at your local shopping mall. Well, except that there are big heaps of sand and gravel to contend with, as Johan Skuman and Kobus Porchita in a Rubicon demonstrate. The teams have to park their vehicle in a number of parking bays. The hassle is that those parking bays are on a steep slope, and stopping, taking a rollback, or killing a pole will cost points. So far, Johan and Kobus seem to be doing a splendid job. But oh dear, that's 25 points lost. The team completes the rest of the obstacle without any penalties. But clearly, this isn't going to be a walk in the parking lot. Next up is the husband and wife duo of Bradley and Joanna Bassel in a shorty Wrangler.
Come on, Brad. Come on. Stop.
Although they start out nice and easy, Joanna decides to go for a run as she shows Brad where to stop and go and all that. There she goes.
No, I'm going backwards.
Sure, I'm getting tired just watching her run. Oopsie, one pole dies an untimely death. They successfully complete the last test and score a total of, well, 10 points.
Yeah, you have 10 points. Woohoo!
We've got enough zeros on there.
Obstacle 3 is all about not making a splash. Golf balls are perched on top of short poles at the end of the water crossing. So if you tackle it too fast and create a bit of a tsunami, those balls will go swimming. This is Werner and Armand Skarp, and they are in a short wheelbase Rubicon with very, very low gear ratios. So Werner can literally idle through here at a pace that makes a snail look like an Olympic gold medalist. They also have 2 differential locks as backup. Inside the cabin, Werner seems to be impersonating a Massey Ferguson tractor. What are you doing, Werner?
High speed training.
Let's move on to the next obstacle then. Oh wait, Werner wants to say something.
Hi, what a cold day starting the Fundi Jeep Challenge this morning. But it's getting harder and getting better, and we're running for first place.
This obstacle is very cool. Well, cool because there's a lot of ice in it. Here the competitors have to reverse their Jeeps up a steep slope, lined with those ice packs just where the wheels are bound to lose traction. If they get past the ice, the teams have to gently nudge a pole at the top without nudging it too far. As Dion van der Walt and DJ Grobler just did in their TJ.
Yes, dat was beter fijn geweest hoor.
Our next customers are Andrew and Dustin Milner in a Jeep Cherokee. The Cherokee doesn't have any locking differentials, and with that slippery ice in play, we'll have to see.
Wat je pause first. Okay, you're off. You're busted. Okay, go.
And nope, the Cherokee grinds to a slippery halt on the ice. Andrew's determined to not give up and tries again.
Okay, wait. Let's use the handbrake and then I will let it down slowly.
And nope, stuck again. He tries one last time.
Maybe one more time. One more time, go for it. Well, take that.
But it's clear that unless the Cherokee storms the climb at 80 k's an hour, it ain't getting up here. Here is Werner and Armand Skarp again, with their eyes on the trophy. Werner comes short on the first attempt. On the second attempt, he comes tantalizingly close to nudging that pole. And on the third run, well, he kind of kills the pole dead. So that's 0 points for them. Time for a break. When we return, the action heats up, and one competitor gets it very wrong, and it's not even on an obstacle. See you now. We're back at the Hobby Park Adventure Centre west of Johannesburg, where the Jeep Club's members are having some fun and games. This is Obstacle 5, and this is the Grand Cherokee of Danny Daniels and Chart Skeepers. Danny won the McCarthy round of the competition, so he should be able to get through all of this pretty easily. And they're done. But there's some bad news for Danny.
Cheers! Hoe lyk dit?
Van my kant af is dit alright.
Jy happy?
Maar wil jy een paaltjie?
Net ek?
Ja, hierdie enetjie hier so bloot, jy met jou wiel getrap.
Ag nee.
But I'm mad at myself that I touched the pole, yeah? But otherwise it was cool. Easier than I thought, I must say.
Oh dear, that's Danny Daniels' Grand Cherokee, and it's rather stuck. Only thing is, it's not even on an obstacle. It was en route between 2 obstacles. What happened, Danny?
You know what happened? Me and my navvy were talking, and I didn't look where I was driving. That's the problem. That's what happened, and then suddenly I got stuck.
So a massive Jeep-powered rescue effort was launched, with a lot of fancy hardware, tow ropes and winches brought to the front line for some recovery action. After some discussions about the weather, the recovery finally got underway. And the Grand Cherokee was rescued from its stuckness. This is the next real obstacle, and it's a steep and slippery climb between those narrow gates. There's another catch here. While the 4x4 heads uphill, the co-driver has to try and unlock 5 small locks with a bunch of keys. Get all 5 locks and hit no poles, and the team scores full marks. First up are Jimmy Olds and Bertus Badenhorst in another Jeep Wrangler. Jimmy does really well on the obstacle, but oh dear, he kills one pole dead. In the passenger seat, Bertus has some good news.
Alright, ek het jou 5 slotte los.
So the team scores a total of 75 points. Not too shabby.
Oh, well, it was tough, eh? Those banners are pretty close to each other.
The Wrangler Rubicon of Andre and Diane Erasmus is next up. However, Andre first tries his luck with those keys and the marshal.
Okay, which lock fits which key?
I don't know.
I don't believe you.
And up they go.
You winning? Got 2 so far. Good.
With Andre driving over a white pole and Diane doing her best with those locks.
Taken 25 points. Should have taken it out beforehand. I mean, we got 3.
Uh,
Hey Andre, have you got something against white poles?
The turning circle is such a nature that you're gonna hit something. So
We follow Andre and Diane and their Rubicon to obstacle 7. This test starts off with a very steep descent, followed by a tight turn to the right.
This one actually.
After taking out 2 poles on the previous obstacle, Andre takes a rollback, but oh no, he still touches the pole.
Yeah. No, I knew I was going to hit it. I've just stuffed up this entire obstacle.
From here, the track swings left again, and now the teams have to negotiate a very badly rutted section.
Brace yourself. This is not going to be funny.
This part is so bad, in fact, the Jeep Cherokees all decide to give the obstacle a skip. Andre's Wrangler gets through this part without any issues though. Here's Andre again.
the rollback I took was too short. So I knew I was not going to make it. I had to take a rollback, so didn't go too far back, far enough back.
Dries and Natasha Brits in a Jeep Wrangler Sahara are next. Dries has a cunning plan for this obstacle. He sends Natasha forth on foot to scout out the terrain and show him the way. It works brilliantly. Dries and Natasha score full marks. Even that big rut at the end hardly seemed to bother the Jeep. Obstacle 8 features less ruts but more tight turns, as Andre Kutsia and Moralani Stradom demonstrate here in their Wrangler Rubicon. It starts off with a steep descent over some rocky terrain. Next, they have to reverse through one gate. And then try to make a tight turn around trees and through those omnipresent poles. Here's Nalendra Asami and Laurent Changmion again, in their long wheelbase Wrangler Sahara. They manage the first turn quite splendidly. But on the reverse test, it goes a bit more wrong. The longer Wrangler finally makes it through the obstacle, but they've lost bags of points there.
This reverse part was more difficult than I thought.
Yeah, you have to align yourself the right way.
And talking about lining up, after the break, the action continues at the Hobby Park Centre, and the competitors have to negotiate a tough water crossing while the driver's blindfolded. Sounds like a recipe for disaster. This is Muller Kutzer and Tinus Ruiz in that lucky number 13. Muller seems quite upbeat about this whole business. So let's see how well Tinus's clear and concise directions work out.
Langs! Langs! Baie rechts, baie rechts. Reguit. 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 Baie rechts, baie rechts. Wow! Dis dan moet vorentoe gaan. Helemaal links, helemaal links, helemaal links. Ja, dis eintlik dit wat happen. Links. Reguit die file.
Well done, lads. How did that go for you, Muller?
What do you think you did? Like, I thought it was going to be harder than it looks like, and it was. It was harder than it looks like, but this thing is like a limo in the field. Like a tough.
Still can't see her.
Here's Andre and Dustin Milner again in their Grand Cherokee.
Better to rock properly, huh?
Don't stress, old man.
For this test, the driver is blindfolded in a set of Paris Hilton-styled eye thingamabobs. Essentially, though, the driver can't see anything, and it's up to the co-driver to guide the driver through this one. So let's see how the father and son team roll.
Does it go? Stop.
Okay, no, carry on. Let's go. You're going smooth, You're going to go up the hill.
Okay,
You can go perfect. Okay, just carry on. Just turn a little bit right. Little bit. There we go. Right. Two. Yes, there we go. More to okay, now you're in the water.
Yes, sir.
Okay, now just go. Little bit left. Okay, carry on straight. Now straighten right, go right a little bit. Okay, now give it some gas. Quite a lot. Right. Okay, just stop. Okay, now carry on. Stop. Go. Carry on. Right, more right. Stop. There we go, man.
What is it? 85. I scored it all day.
Well done.
No problem, thanks.
And here's Dries and Natasha Brits again. And this time, Natasha is in the passenger seat. Sporting that styling sleeping eye patch, Dries gets cracking. but maybe he gets cracking a wee bit fast on that downhill. That was a close call. Natasha isn't phased and guides Dries through the water and up the embankment on the other side. No worries.
Yeah. Stop! Jeep, this is a new experience. Run away, Jeep.
It was fun. That's all I can say. Fun.
And that was that. It was time to tally the scores while a few Jeep owners had some fun in the mud. Before long, it was time to head to the clubhouse for some news about prizes and some results. Before we get to those details though, just a reminder of the cool prizes that are up for grabs. The 3 podium finishers respectively get a 10,000 Rand gift voucher from Bridgestone, a set of Light Force spotlights from Opposite Lock, and a hand winch, also courtesy of Opposite Lock. An environmental prize to the value of 2,000 Rand goes to the most environmentally friendly team. The overall winner of the challenge will drive off with a Conqueror off-road trailer to the value of 50,000 Rand. While the runners-up will receive a fully adjustable Tough Dog suspension worth 20,000 Rand from Opposite Lock. In third place were Jimmy Olds and Bertus Badenhorst in their Shorty Wrangler. And in second position, Rudolf and Ria Volmerans. But the winners of the day were Werner and Armand Schaap in the Rubicon. Werner clearly had a win in mind here, and that's exactly what he got. Well done. Next week, we join the Land Rover Owners Club at the Leeuwenkloof facility near Hardebeespoort Dam for an action-packed affair. By the way, how many Toyotas does it take to recover one Land Rover Defender? Find out next week. Till then. The 4x4 Club Challenge was brought to you by Bridgestone. Your journey, our passion.